I guess it'll help. All right, I got it, guys. So we're gonna be making some homemade hibachi my way. It's my way of cooking. I have my steak already washed and got prepared. And as far as the steak seasonings, you can season them like you like. Like I said, I have everything already prepped. My mushroom, onion, carrots, and my onions. I got my peas here. I have my zucchini. I have some shrimp. We're doing steak and shrimp. And like I said, we're gonna season it to there it go. Okay. I had it on mute. Sorry about that. But we're gonna season the steak to like, and I like to kind of poke my steak a little bit. And I just use some regular ribeye steaks, some thin steaks. So we're gonna cook them up first. And again, like I said, I'm gonna just add some seasoning salt and pepper. Wait a minute. I have some steak seasoning. I'm gonna actually add some steak seasoning to it. So I am gonna do the Chicago steak season, the Weber. This is actually pretty good. So this is the one we're gonna use. So you can actually see, oh, meant to put some olive oil. So normally I take some olive oil and pour it on my steaks. Just a little bit, a drizzle. It helps your seasoning to stick, to adhere to your meat. I'm just gonna take a fork because I don't want to put my hands in it. And just rub that olive oil on there. And then you put your seasoning on. It makes the seasoning stick a little bit better. And what we're gonna do, the meat is actually cook it a couple minutes on each side. I'm gonna add some paprika to it, onion powder and garlic powder. No need to add pepper because that particular seasoning has pepper in it already. Just a little bit of each. And then I'm gonna do the other side. And I got a little oil in the pan right now. I want to get it nice and hot. Turn that up. And I'm just using like this skillet, electric skillet. I don't have a wok or anything, so we're gonna make it work with what we have. Make it work with what we have, right? No need to go out and buy anything. You can do the same thing in a black skillet or a wok or whatever you choose to. It's personal preference. Again, I add a little bit of oil on the other side. Get it rubbed in with the with your hands or fork. I'm using a fork because I don't want to get my hands messy. And then, like I said, we're gonna cook these steaks on each side. Then we'll take them off and cut them up and finish cooking them that way. Paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, and the Chicago steak seasoning by Weber. No pepper because it already has pepper in that seasoning. And we want that skillet to get nice and sizzle. So we want that meat to sizzle when it go in that pot. And we're going to try to make this a one-pot meal, which I mean cook everything in this one pan. And I think we got it pretty hot there. It can heat up a little bit more. Just a little more. And like I say, the seasonings that I have, we have the black seed oil. This is what I'm putting my vegetables in. We have some minced garlic, some sesame seed oil. I have my soy sauce. I don't have have 2 eggs, my rice, my zucchini and squash. I don't have the other sauce that they normally give you. I can't think of the name of it right now. That hibachi sauce that they normally have, the orange sauce, I forgot about that, so I don't have that. So we're not going to use that today. Like I say, now my pot is good and hot. We're going to put those steaks in here. You hear it sizzling? That's what you want. You want that sizzling. And we're going to cook these a little bit on each side. About 5 to 7 minutes on each side. And they don't have to be all the way down because we are going to cut them up and then cook them even more. I'm just sprinkle a little bit more now. Just a little bit more. And I like to go ahead and prep everything. That way it makes it much faster. You can do everything much faster when you get everything prepped. Now for your rice, you could use like a seasoning pack. I haven't decided whether or not I want to use this one or not, but you could use this. You don't have to. I may or may not. Um, But when you're using the pack, you make sure you don't put any salt when you're cooking your rice because you don't want to be over salty because of the soy sauce has salt. And then this particular one is not low in sodium. So that does mean it has salt in it as well. I just want to kind of get it seared on each side. So with our shrimp here, we're going to go ahead and season these up and make sure I got all drained all the water off. We're going to go ahead and season these up. Because it doesn't take long to cook them either. And with these, I'm just going to add some seasoning salt. Slap your mama. I'm going to add some slap your mama on it. Some garlic powder, onion powder, and pepper. And some paprika. Alright, I'm gonna flip these steaks over. Like I said, we don't want them done all the way, we just want to get them a little seared. So I got my seasoning in here, we're just gonna stir them up. You can actually put a little bit of olive oil again. Olive oil just helps the stuff to stick on it a little bit. Okay, you know I don't have no glasses on. But thank you, Andrea. Put a little bit of olive oil on it. And stir it over. And that's what my shrimp look like. Season my shrimp in there. Now I don't hear the sizzle. Either my heat is going low or yeah. I'm gonna take this meat on out. Just cook it a little bit, just enough to sear it. Okay. I don't like the excess stuff in here, so I'm just gonna scrape that out a little bit. That extra, I don't want that in there. You don't have to do that. And some people like it. I just don't want that. I don't want it in mine. All right, let's turn the heat down a little bit. And we are going to saute these shrimp. So what I am going to do is add a little butter, or a little bit more oil and then some butter. Olive oil, that's what I should have put. The olive oil kind of sometimes cook too fast for you. And a little bit of butter. And I am using this butter here. This is what I'm using. It really brings out the flavor in your foods. little butter in there. Then we're going to add our shrimp in here. Get that butter melted some. All right, I don't hear the sizzle. I'm like, what's going on with my pot? Let's turn it up some. Don't hear the sizzle whistle. All right. While that is going, we're going to get our steak cut up. I'm going to get my stuff in the dishwasher as well. I'm not washing dishes tonight. Same thing with the shrimp. You don't have to cook them long. You want to sear them on each side. Turn it on high. Oh, okay, we're going to turn it up. Thank you, dear. All right, so we're going to get this the steak cut up while shrimp is cooking. We're going to get these steaks cut up, and then we can finish cooking them towards the end while the shrimp is cooking. It's starting to smell good up in here. I just wait 1 second. You want to show it small? All right, let's flip the shrimp. Like I said, don't take much on those. We're going to add some shrimp to our fried rice as well. Now, another reason you don't want to use a lot of salt and stuff because we're going to add some soy sauce to these shrimp as well. And you want to make sure you clean your shrimp, devein them and everything. I had already cleaned mine and deveined them and washed them up. So we don't have the mess in the back. They look so delicious. All right, just a few minutes on that, and then we're going to pull that out the pan. Like I said, we're going to try to cook everything in one pot today. A one pot cook off. All right, we're going to take these shrimp on out of here. Uh-oh. With this dish, I recommend you just kind of have everything prepped and prepared. And that way, because it don't really take long for things to get done. Oh, look at them shrimp. They look so delicious. These will be great for some pasta. Great for some pasta. So as you come in, say hello so we can say hello back. And we're doing some homemade hibachi. There's my shrimp there. Let's go ahead and get the vegetables. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and get my rice going. My stuff for my vegetables. So I'm going to use a little bit of the black truffle oil. Oh, that was a lot. It came out mighty quick. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to add some garlic, minced garlic in here. And I'm also going to add some more of the butter. And this, we're going to get it prepared for our factory butter. Back up our vegetables. So here we're going to add our, this is for the rice. So the onions and the carrots, I'm going to go ahead and add that in there. Those carrots, they're kind of fresh, so I want to cook them down a little bit to soften them up. Onions and my carrots there. And we're just going to let that saute for a few minutes. In the midst of that, we're going to go ahead and finish cutting up the steak. Get it cut up so we can get it back in the pan. As well, all this go in the pan at the very end when we're putting everything together. If you have any questions, go ahead and let me know what questions you have. And it smells so good. You can actually use minced ginger in here if you like to. I'm not doing that today, but I have used like minced ginger and minced garlic. Only thing about preparing everything in advance is you do have a lot of dishes to clean up afterwards, so you put everything in set. I mean, I guess you could put everything in the same bowl, but we'll have a lot of dishes at the end. I probably should have got a sharper knife. I am just going to cut up 2 of these steaks, and the other one I'm just put away because that's a lot of steak. Yeah, we're just going to put the other one away. I can eat that in the morning with some grits if I want to. Okay, so we got that in there. We're going to put our rice on top of that. So here's my rice. Like I said, I already had my rice pre-cooked. Throw that rice in there. All that goodness there. And I do have my recipe is in the bottom down there. So we are going to add some peas to this. That's just like, that's about a half a cup of peas. You can add as much vegetables or at least or as much as you like. And I have 2 eggs that we're going to put in here. 2 eggs. Let me. then we're going to add a little bit of sesame seed oil and soy sauce to our 2 tablespoons of each one to the rice. And you can add some more butter in there. Okay, we don't need chopping board. Let me get this out the way. So down with this. All right. And this would be the time if you wanted to use that seasoning pack, you could. Oh, you say you still that good. So we're going to add our sesame seed oil. You don't want to add a lot of this because it does really take on the flavor of the sesame seed oil. So just a little bit. I do a couple drops. And the soy sauce, you want to do 2 tablespoons. More if you like, but that's my business. That's what I like to do. Oh, that looks so delicious. Let's put it to the side. Let's get these eggs in here and get those cooking. Kind of keep my pot clean here. I want that in my food. Sweet and full. Keep your grill clean. That's important too. All right, we're gonna add a little bit more oil over here so that we can get that get our eggs cooked up a little bit. I probably could have put some. You could use some butter if you want to, but just a little bit. And I'm using 2 eggs, and we're going to just kind of scramble them up in our rice. Get them done and scramble them on up in that rice. You could use, I probably could have used 3 eggs, but we're just going to use those 2. That's personal preference too, depending on how much of eggs you like in it. You know, it's personal preference. Everything about this recipe, as far as your seasoning and everything, is, you know, it's personal preference. I'll put our rice in here when we're done. No stove today. No stove cooking today. All right, we got that egg scrambled up, so we're just gonna kind of add it into our rice. Cook on in that rice. And then we're going to add a few shrimp to it. You can actually cut these shrimp up, but I'm just going to add a few to it. We got that going. Got me kind of sweating up in here. It's hard work. I'm gonna be ready for a nap when I get done. All right, so we got that done. And I'm just gonna take it and put it in my container. That looks delicious. You can always, like I said, I didn't use a seasoning pack today, but you can use a seasoning pack if you like. So we use carrots, peas, and onions. You can use green onions. I just forgot all about it. Oh, it's the yum yum sauce. I also forgot about the yum yum. I'm not gonna make it homemade. If y'all know of a good yum yum, let me know. So here is what our rice looks like. Oh, that looks so delicious. So we got our rice is done. Let me clean up my pan. This is what they do at the hibachi place. They keep the pans clean. So you want to make sure you keep yours clean as well. All right. And we're going to do our vegetables next. So we're going to heat up some more truffle oil for those vegetables. Let's get the oil heated up, and then we're going to get our vegetables going. So for the vegetables, we have the mushrooms and onions. I'm actually putting a little bit of olive oil with it. And we're going to add some butter to it. And this is going to be for our vegetables. Trying to clean up as I go. So, get that. The pan is hot. Like I say, you want to make sure you keep your skin clean as possible. That's a must. Got to keep it clean. So we're going to put in first our onions and our mushrooms. And with your mushrooms, you don't want to add any salt to them, because if you add salt to them before they actually cook down, it causes water to come out of them. So you want to keep it like as dry as possible. So we're not going to add any seasoning to those right now. And we're just going to let the mushrooms and onions cook down into that garlic, into that oil and that butter. And we have quite a bit. I like mushrooms now. You can eliminate the mushrooms if that's not your taste. That's not your forte. So this is personal preference, like your vegetables. You can add broccoli to it if you like. We're doing zucchini and squash today. To ours today. I did have a little rice left. I didn't use all my rice. I just put it up. Or you can you can freeze it for another time. But I make my dog food, so I actually use that for him. So it won't go to waste. I have to do a recipe for his too. Because I guess his look like my Chinese food. So this is what I normally create for my dog. He has ground turkey, sweet potatoes, carrots, green beans. If y'all want me to do a video on how I make his food, let me know. And it's human food with, this one has brown rice. He's got brown rice in it. And this normally lasts about 5 days for him. So when I make my batches, I make like 4 bags. So it lasts for about 4 weeks. 2 packs of meat and about 4 bags. But yeah, this is what I feed him. Sometimes he's got cauliflower and broccoli in here. So yeah, that's his food. You know better than that. All right, so my mushrooms and my onions are cooking down really well. Oh, they smell so good. Now we're going to go ahead and add our zucchini and squash. And when you're cutting your zucchini and squash up, I just cut them in like little chunks like that. You want to make sure you kind of keep them all the same size when you're cutting them up. So that way they cook together and evenly at the same time. Turn it up a little bit. Same thing with your zucchini and squash. You don't want to put no salt on it right away because that salt actually pulls the water out of it. So you'll find it'll be more water inside your stir fry than oil because you want to saute it. You don't want to like make it mushy. You want it to be sauteed. And I like mine to be kind of still on the crunchy side as well. And just kind of make sure you have it out in the pan where every piece is actually touching the bottom. You don't want to overcrowd your pan. That way you get it more evenly cooked. All right, while that's getting done, we're going to go ahead and kind of tidy up a little bit. Tidy up, tidy up, tidy up. So we'll let that cook about 10 minutes, and then we'll check it. Put the mix. I'm gonna add a little bit more minced garlic to it. Just a tad bit. All right, let's give it a quick little stir. say, I like my vegetables to still be a little crunchy. We're going to cook them for a few more minutes, and I'm going to spill the steak and shrimp back in, add a little soy sauce to it, and we are done. I think the most time with this meal was spent with the preparation. Most of it is done with prep time. With the preparation. All right, we're gonna add some soy sauce to this. Did I put it up? Nope. Now's the time to add the soy sauce. You can do about 2 tablespoons of soy sauce if you like. And I am actually gonna add me a little more seasoning. We're gonna use the Kinder's butter, garlic, and herb seasoning just a little bit. And stir that on up. Oh, it smells so good. It smells delicious. All right, those are the vegetables. So let's throw the steak back in here for a little bit and throw some soy on that. All right, we got that on. Okay. All right, we're gonna go ahead and remove our vegetables. That's right. Woo, looking good. And then here we go for our vegetables. They are looking good, delicious. And then the shrimp, I'm just gonna throw them back in and just toss some soy sauce on. I mean some, soy sauce. Because we don't want them rubbery. So I just put a little bit of soy sauce on, and we're gonna just toss them around a little bit and take them right on back out. I just forgot to do it. Forgot the first time, but you can always do that if you cook them up, and if this kind of helps heat them back up, and they don't have to stay in that oven. Now the steak, I'm gonna actually put some teriyaki sauce on. We're gonna use this teriyaki sauce, and we're gonna add that to the steak, and just toss that around. About a teaspoon, tablespoon. And again, that steak is pretty much done. Like I said, you just want to kind of make sure there's no red in it. But sometimes when you I don't cook it all the way because I want to go back and cook it like this while it's cut up. All right, let me get some to the steak in. And we're going to add our steak to our container here, and it is done. And there is the steak. I had 3 pieces, but I only cut up 2 and did 2 in the oven. Just save it for a later date. So that is all, folks. And we use this one little skillet, electric skillet, to cook everything in. How long did it take us? I'm not sure. Oh, it took us about an hour. So that wasn't bad. So if you want an hour meal, that would be one perfect meal to try at home. And yeah, I'll take a picture of it, and that way you guys can see what it looked all plated up. I'll use that as my thumbnail. So I want to thank you guys for coming out and joining. So until next time, have a great one. See you next time. Bye-bye.